episode 94.
94.
Good number. We're 6 away.
6 away from the
away.
big
From the
1
big
0
1 0 0.
Triple digits.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd be more amazing if we had like 1,000 listeners though.
Well, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
And 5 podcasts.
And our own show on 2FM or something.
We're actually, it's the opposite way around. We put in so much work.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, today's podcast was all about moving out of home.
Yes.
The Leaving Cert results are coming out.
It was meant to be anyway.
Yeah, well, we took a
We
direction.
waffled on a bit. We waffled on a bit.
So yeah, the Leaving Cert results are next week, and lots of kids are going to be moving out of home for the first time. So we thought we'd have a little chat about that and our experiences.
Give the update on Fantasy Football League.
Yes.
Yeah,
me and John had a bit of a gassy experience before the Waffle Game.
Yep.
A
new take on the Waffle Game, as always, trying to keep it fresh.
It was good fun.
Okay, will we name it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so I didn't think of this name. It just came to me while we were recording at the very start. My suggestion is Oil Johnny for New Men.
All right.
Instead of Old Country for New Men. Remember we were talking about the oil?
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Oil Johnny for New Men.
Burptastic.
Burptastic. Oh, I like that.
My one would be Johnny's Slimfast.
Oh, yeah.
Slimfast Johnny.
Slimfast Johnny.
Slimfast Johnny. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love that one.
Damn it. My name was so good this week. You just got it. Okay, Bertie, today is episode 94, and it's called...
It's John's name.
Oh, well, did you come up with it?
No, Bertie, technically...
I think you stole it at
You
the
stole
end.
it, but you swung it around. That's the way
Like
it works.
you always do.
You swung it around.
He's so good with that little... He just gets in there at the end. All right, so episode 94, Bertie, is...
Slimfast Johnny.
Nice.
Waffle me back, thinking on the topics that you could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 JB
It actually does seem longer every week. It seems to get longer every week.
I think,
I think so,
you
yeah.
do add an extra couple of seconds on it. It's something that you're going to tell us at like episode 200.
200. Oh, geez, you're very hopeful. Fair play to you.
Yep.
Bertie.
I know, yeah. It's okay.
Oh, that's a big
back.
shout to make it very
Bertie.
early on in the podcast. Holy moly.
Bertie,
go.
should we tell people what he's holding in his hand?
Well, it's gone now.
Well,
Oh, no, I was talking about his phone.
yeah.
He was getting a call.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you not turn your phone off like all of us during the podcast?
I
That's
put it on
the rule.
silent. Was that not it?
No,
Let's
silence
not
is
see
fine.
the big sign on the wall there.
Once you're on air or recording, please put all mobile devices on silent.
Session in
Airplane
progress. I love that song.
I love that song, man.
John got distracted there.
I
so he
love
did.
that song.
did.
It's
It's
one of the. It's stuck in your head after, isn't it? It's a class song.
Yeah, I'm going to release it someday.
Someday for the Eurovision.
Hmm.
Hello, everybody. It is episode 94.
Hey, Bertie.
Yeah, so it's 94. So last week was 93. Next week will be 95. And that's usually the way numbers go.
95 is after 94.
There you go now. And look it, lads. Come on. Wherever you see the podcast, just bloody like it.
Yeah.
And share it. And
us a
comment.
like.
There is
And feedback. And interact with us on Spotify. Come on.
Yeah, statistically, like everybody is listening now, technically don't even follow us on the Spotify, don't they not?
Yes. So as I said, usually per episode we're up around 400 to between 400 and 600 listeners.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we do not have that on Instagram, and that makes us sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
What are you doing listening to us and not following us on
Yeah,
Instagram?
exactly.
Because we're much more fun on Instagram.
And interact with us.
Are we getting aggressive now with our listeners?
Every
What are
listener
you
will
doing?
be soon charged €1 if you do not follow us.
Yeah, when they don't follow us.
Holy moly, this is a new tactic. Did we have a meeting about this?
Yeah, CEO meeting there when you went to the shop.
Oh, right, okay. That's okay, that's fine,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, like us and follow us and do all that stuff. Share it around the place.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to see a bunch
And when you go on Spotify now, you have that little interact, and you can put comments and say whether you like it, whether it's crap. And even if you have any suggestions for topics or questions that you would like 3 random lads to give their opinion on, we can give our opinions. We're very opinionated.
Yep. Yeah.
And we don't hold back.
No, we don't
We
have
talk
back. We
about
will.
anything.
We will tell you the honest goddamn truth for any question you ask us.
And then I'll edit it afterwards.
Yeah.
If there's any old classmates or schoolmates that want to get in touch and share any stories from back in the day, because the whole reunion thing popped up there again. Actually,
The reunion. Yeah.
I saw a text and I didn't open it straight away. I was like, okay, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm too busy.
Completely ignoring it.
No, we better get on that actually and get it done.
Yeah.
Because that's upcoming. We're 20 years out of school.
Yeah, that's it.
There is, speaking of like people getting in touch and stuff like that, there is an idea for guests if we're getting guests on.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to get a guest on of someone that has not the most pointless job, but the most, like, it's a very, very important job, but it's the one where you kind of go, I never knew that job existed, and what do you do all day? You know, like, let's say you're reporting a pothole.
Right, okay.
The person that answers the phone in Meath County Council that goes, hello, how are you? This is the Meath County Council. Yeah, I'm looking to report a pothole. Yeah, no pothole, I'll transfer you. That person, I want to talk to that person.
I wonder what their title is. Holer.
I don't know what they are, but just a phone answer or pothole or something.
I've seen something on TikTok, and this guy goes around in his own time filling in potholes.
Sound.
No, but that's dangerous.
Is it?
So say you're going along in your car and someone has filled it in, but only like filled it in with something that like
Oh, it'll sink down.
it's not standard, and you damage your car.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to
guarantee
say it was dangerous for the guy.
No, I guarantee you, someone will go and find out who filled that pothole and want to get damages for it.
That's true, yeah, I suppose.
You know?
That's why it's
Even
anonymous.
though he's very nice and he was doing it and all, and he was filling it in, and he'd done a good job on some of them, but still.
Unsung hero. Has he done a bad job in any of them?
I know, it's in England.
Right.
Did you hear Arnold Schwarzenegger filled in a pothole? There was a hole in the road, and he was driving down the road, and he went, I am sick of potholes. And he got it, and he got someone to video him filling up this pothole, and did a video of like, I'll get stuff done in this city.
All right.
And then the city wrote a big thing going, we dug a hole for gasworks, and the guys had just literally moved over to the other side to finish off another hole, and he filled in the gaswork hole with a lot of stuff and concreted it in, so it was impossible to dig up again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, very funny.
Did you see his two sons?
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has two sons. I think he has a daughter or more family as well, right?
Yeah.
But one son lives with him.
He does have a daughter. Sure, his daughter's going out with Chris Pratt. They're married.
Oh, are they?
Catherine Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Isn't
I
it?
like Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I thought he was
yeah.
like married to your one from Scary Movie.
No, that they broke up years ago.
they
No
broke up,
way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
they have a kid together, but he's now with Catherine Schwarzenegger, and I think they've got kids together as well.
Oh.
So Chris Pratt is actually a Schwarzenegger.
Oh, he took her name, was it?
Well, I would.
Yeah.
Pratt or Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Prattschnegger.
Pratzenegger, yeah. You're taking Schwarzenegger all day long, aren't
Well,
you?
we think we have listeners that are called Pratt, so we got to be careful now. It's not. a
Oh
bad
yeah,
name.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's a pretty Irish
It's a lovely name.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, but I mean, when you've got Schwarzenegger and you're an
It's a posh
action
name.
movie guy,
Yeah.
that's on the table.
Chris Schwarzenegger.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
So, some of them Pratts have step-in bats and different wings and guest bathrooms.
All right.
Pratt bats.
They'd be very fancy over that side of Borsmill.
Pratt Bat. Oh, swiftly.
If
move
they don't,
on from that.
if they don't have the name Pratt Bat over the bat, I'd be very disappointed.
I'll find out.
Please do.
How was your weekend, lads?
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I
right.
want to say about his two sons.
Oh, sorry. Go on. Tell us about the Schwarzeneggers.
So one lives
Oh,
with
yeah.
Arnold and one lives with his mum, and I was just saying, like, you can say like, oh, it's genetics and why I'm not in shape and whatever, but it's more about your environment. Because the son that lives with the mother kind of does what he wants, and he a bit on the chubby side.
Right.
And then the one that lives with Arnold is ripped to shit.
He's no choice.
And they've got the same genetics, like,
yeah.
you know, that's all.
So he's
that's
living at
all
home
about.
with his parents.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Foreshadowing.
Oh my god.
Mir, tell me, how was your weekend? How's it been thus far, John Boy?
This weekend, just DIY stuff, lads. DIY stuff.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Is that the DIY alarm on your watch?
Yeah, it's just said do DIY. Why aren't you doing DIY right now?
Duty.
What did I do? Just did gardening stuff and filled the oil tank with oil, and
Nice.
I go get my own oil. I don't get like Tommy Dale or anything like that.
Oh, what?
Oh, you,
what?
you drill your own oil?
No, no, around.
One of those big things out in your garden
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like pumping
Yeah.
the whole time.
Old Johnny
the
for
big,
new men.
the big heavy things and I wear big overalls and everything. It's class. No, I just go around. Did you know if you go around at 1 o'clock at night, there's nobody in each other's gardens, and you can just walk in and there's oil.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that
Just
idea.
go in there.
Does anyone know about that?
No, not many people. I met the odd person on my rounds, but like I don't know whether they're doing that or walking the dog. I don't know, but they were probably doing something like the same along those lines.
On my rounds.
I know. I get the oil from the what's it, Emo or behind Apple Green. They just get barrels of oil imported.
Oh yeah,
It's like a couple of cents per litre.
It is. Yeah. Do you get the smell of oil in your car? However,
No,
Well, you're
because
pretty clean about it?
I use a fairly airtight container, and then I put it in the boot, and the boot's kind of closed off. So
And do you put the container in the bag and the bag in the crate?
and the crate, and the crate, and the bag, and the bag. No, just literally container into the boot, standing up.
Oh, okay.
Happy days.
Is it one of those like that looks like a vintage one off the back of a Land Rover?
I want one of them so
yeah,
bad,
That has one of them. Yeah,
but no.
that's right, job.
They have so many uses.
They're on.
Did you ever Google like
destructible.
what else they can do? Like as in there are loads of different things they can do.
Oh, I've seen people like make like little drinks cabinets out of them and stuff.
No, but as in each piece, like it has 3 handles, so 2
Yeah.
guys can carry it at once. It has a side that can be used as a step. It can do loads of things. That
Oh.
actual thing is ingenious invention.
very good.
Yeah.
Bert, how was your weekend?
Borsmill had the first round of the ladies' championship against St. Colin Kills on Saturday and we lost.
Oh,
I knew you're just waiting there to ask that question, so
Yeah.
let's continue on.
so not a good start.
Not a good start, so we've 2 more rounds left. Obviously, we have to win at least one of them anyway. So hopefully we win 2 of them, but we'll see.
Is the young Murray playing with you, Emma?
Oh, she wasn't actually there last night, but she might have been playing the second team this morning. They were
Oh,
playing
right,
against
okay.
Drumbar
Yeah,
or on Sunday morning.
that's yeah. Spoiler. That's a pity, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's never. Is that your first game?
yeah, it is. Yeah, but the other 2 drew on Saturday.
Okay, so that's not all hope is lost.
No, so that means that there's still a good possibility. We just have to come third at least. So.
However, how was the performance overall?
Oh yeah, they worked really hard and stuff, and like that. It was wind, it was sunny, it was raining, it was windy.
All over the
So
place.
the weather was all over the place, but we just conceded a goal at the start of the second half, and then that brought them out to 7 points, and it kind of stayed 6 or 7 points all the way through.
Yeah,
We just needed maybe a goal or that. We hit the crossbar and hit the post.
Mm.
Tis what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. Is right.
They worked
Mm.
hard. That's the main thing.
That's
Flip it,
it.
yeah. And the over 35s they playing this weekend? No,
Too tired.
no dice. He shook his head and then
Too
as
too
if
tired.
move on.
It rained. 35s don't go out when it rains.
They were playing down in Port this morning, but I was busy unfortunately. So
Oh wow,
Yeah, obviously.
had a couple of interviews.
Port
Yeah.
That's an away game.
Yeah. It's in the cup, you see.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So usually it's like Monasterevin, Clane, Kilcock, Radangan, all that kind of area. We play, and Enfield is in our group as well.
Is it a Meath League you're in?
No, we went into Kildare League because every game is Saturday 5:00.
Oh right.
So
that suits people.
I've
does.
conditioned Saturday 5:00, and then this is a cup game, you see. And the cup games go on whoever is the home team.
Mhm.
So that home team plays at 11:00 on a Sunday morning.
Right. Okay.
So you have to change around. So they lost this morning, unfortunately, but
Oh, that's a pity.
it's what it is,
Yeah. Right, will we get on to our news? Furious Builder gets revenge with chainsaw after not being paid for his work.
Did John like it?
John liked it. He took matters into his own hands. Footage shows the moment a furious builder decided to take revenge on someone who allegedly didn't pay up, having been spotted on the roof of a building with a chainsaw. The bloke was caught on camera by a neighbour, said the incident's believed to have taken place in Swords, County Dublin. And I'll show you him there. He's going to town on that old roof there.
Yeah, did you see the video?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What's the video, is it?
Yeah, it's a full video, yeah.
Oh my God. Is it fair enough to do that? What do you think?
If you don't know the backstory, but obviously if you don't pay money, and I'd imagine to get to that stage, your man flat out said you are not getting any money off.
Yeah.
And your man just
I don't think that like he has like the day after he's called and looked for his money, and your man says I don't have it.
Yeah,
then
and
he went
straight
to
in
that.
with the chainsaw.
I think I had to have gone on maybe for a few
Couple of
weeks
months or
and
something.
asking for it, and then you see he's obviously out of pocket because he's obviously bought the materials and stuff as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a step too far though to be hopping up and
I don't
getting
think
a
it
chainsaw?
is. I don't think it is. I just do worry that what comeuppance your man will get, because like if he's saying chainsaw through his ceiling, what was underneath,
Mhm.
your man probably had moved in all his furniture and stuff like that. Maybe the kitchen was underneath.
Yeah.
Can your man kind of in spite sue him back for like destroying his air fryer
Trespassing
or
or
something?
something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe trespassing as well.
Mm.
It's a grey one, but
But
I feel for that builder.
But you do have a right to go in and get things if you want. Like you can go take back all the materials if you wanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so you could go in and
You have every right to
take
do
it piece by piece back,
that. Yeah, if you want it.
which was probably a better thing to do, but he probably didn't have the time to do it either.
I'd imagine it was all put together and
Yeah, you feel for
like the
him.
roof trusses and stuff. Like how'd you take them back?
Yeah.
It'd be pointless. They're all cut to size.
Chainsaw.
Did you see the the beamer that was parked in the farmer's field when he was spreading slurry,
No.
and he just spread it over the beamer. But one of the comments, I think it was an M3, and he goes, "What's going on here?" or whatever. He goes, "Oh, he's trying to make an M5."
Oh, that's hilarious. There's numbers of videos of that as well, where people are parking in the wrong place, and then a forklift comes over and lifts the car and drops it somewhere. But yeah, no, not good for that builder. And it, like, you do feel for him. He's after putting his time and his effort into that, and he's gone to great lengths.
Like,
to
that's
try
a decent extension. That could be.
It is. Yeah, it's
25 grand could be more of his money that he spent on all those materials, and then labour for his staff and everything like so.
Yeah. God help him. But are we for or against the chainsaw?
We're
going
always
to the
for the builder. Pay money, pay your bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it to court if you have to.
That's it. It's a very often the other way that you're chasing a builder to actually come and do the work.
Yeah.
So when you've actually got a builder who's going to do the work,
And undo
pay
it
him.
as well.
Yeah.
I don't think the builder would have mind if they were halfway through and he paid like half of it and said, "Look, I might have to pull the plug on this for a few weeks or whatever."
Yeah.
Builder could have just made it safe or whatever and move on. Like,
What is it about tradesmen? I heard another story recently about a local enough tradesman who was meant to be doing work on a house and then just wasn't showing up, and had obviously spent the money that he was given to do other things. And
yeah, that's the other side.
yeah, like I mean, what is it with tradesmen that they have this unreliable?
There are occasions where I have regretted, like, let's say a builder said, "I'll be 800 quid for that," and you, okay, here's the 800 quid. When can you start? But then there's the scenario there where you paid him 800 quid and he's gone. And you'd be like, "Are you coming today?" "Oh, I'll come on Friday."
Yeah.
And then he comes and does 3/4 of the job, and "I'll be back next week." But you can't threaten him with that because you have already given him the money.
Yeah, you've got no recourse.
So at the same time, you do have to hold back money, but like, not everything. Maybe 75%, pay him 25% less. you
Yeah,
know?
should that be a way that on a job like that, just across the board with tradesmen, like I'll give you a deposit, but you're not getting the whole lot of it.
Yeah.
Because
Not a hope.
it's a catch-22 situation. Because
It's not though. If the
but
business is
like
set up properly, he should have funds to buy materials.
yeah, that's what I was just going to right. But like basically, the builder will say that he needs the materials.
Most builders
So-
have credit in hardware. Anyway.
That's the other thing as well. Yeah,
There's going to be something, but then it's
Was
the
it
other way
90
around.
days?
And then you have that. Then
30.
that
30
if they go and get the materials and stuff, then it's like that someone doesn't pay.
yeah.
So because there's stories of customers not paying, and there's stories of builders not coming when they said they're coming when they do get paid in beforehand. There's like this whole mistrust in the whole,
Yeah.
you know.
That's where you see
service like
if
It's
you
like
get
the two Spider-Man pointing at you.
yeah. If you get a good tradesman though doing something,
Yeah.
stick with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, hold on to them for
trust
dear
them.
life. Okay, that's the first bit of news. The other one then, did you see the meal deal in Romania? This is just a very, very quick
I
one.
did not.
So the meal deal is a staple of this is Lad Bible in Britain, but they say it's a staple of the British culture. But this particular meal deal is not quite what they had in mind. This is the meal deal in Romania. So it's a bottle of Coke and a packet of fags
Oh, be Jesus.
taped to the bottle of Coke.
Like a twin pack.
Basically, yeah.
Jesus.
It's taking a meal deal to the new level. Do you remember in probably the greatest meal deal was the chicken fillet roll and either a bottle of water or a bottle of
Yeah,
Coke or
great
something at
deal.
lunchtime? Beautiful. Any other nice little meal deals you remember?
There was a great meal deal. I think the best meal deal, as you said, is the chicken
Chicken,
fillet, water and crisps.
Yeah.
Potato.
Beautiful.
They're the three.
You
trio.
wouldn't you wouldn't get that for $5 now.
No, you would not. You're remortgaging the house to get a chicken fillet roll.
Yeah. There used to be like special offers in supermarkets where you get a pack of mince, spaghetti, and Dolmio sauce meal deal, but
A packet of mints.
packet of mince.
Yeah, to make a lasagna.
Oh,
Not
mince.
mince. What kind of dinner do you make? I got the mince, dear. What am I supposed to do with these polo mints? Fucking Egypt.
Interesting dinner we're going to have this evening. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's a meal deal in Romania. And my last bit of news isn't a good one. I don't know if you saw this during the week. This was a video of mountaineers stepping over a Sherpa that had fallen from above them. So this is Kirsten. I'm going to name her. Kirsten Harila was attempting to do a certain amount of high mountains in a certain amount of days. It was to break a world record. But a Sherpa she had with her had fallen from above, so he was hooking in all the things above. Had fallen, he'd hurt himself, and he was very much going to die.
Shit.
And a video has emerged of her stepping over him to continue doing her climb. Yeah, horrible.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that this is happening.
And it's on video.
Yeah, it's on video. It's been released there today. You'll see it all over the place.
And how is that Sherpa now?
He's dead.
What?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, she should be in jail.
I think she got the world record, but I think that should be taken off her straight away.
Yeah. It was got in like unsatisfactory.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but and like if you're chasing your goals, like obviously that's too far. But what's too far for you when you're chasing your goals? Say if you wanted to be the top, what position do you play? Left midfield.
Right back.
Right back.
In soccer, yeah.
Yeah. So you wanted to be the...
It's not very glamorous back there, but
a
someone
wing
has
back,
to do
the
it.
best wing back in the over 35s.
Yeah.
How far would you push yourself? How far is too far?
What, like stepping over a dead person?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
No, dying person.
I know. You work hard and stuff. Like, there's been times, right, that the opposition has got injured, and I will just play on.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Would you be unsportsmanlike in order to get a goal or to win?
Yeah, so like it depends on obviously like how bad of an injury it is, like, and if you think like they're taking the piss a bit, and then I've often said like, "Oh, ref, that's not a head injury. You can't stop play."
Oh, have you now?
Yeah, one weaves the ball, like.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's weird once you put a jersey on how non-human the other people become, isn't it? They're just the enemy. Whereas you'd probably chat to a lad on another team on a night out, you'd have great crack. But see, once they've got another jersey on,
that's it. It could be your best mate from the same town. Like
anything they say is automatically like, that lad's a dickhead.
Yeah, like I have a thing. Like, I mean, you can call for things and challenge things. That's grand. But in the general game, when things aren't going on, if a lad is all right, that's grand. Like, I've often like been beside someone and you say something funny or something, or he slag off his own teammate. And things like that. But then they're absolute like that. They're dickheads when they play, and then they come to shake your hand afterwards, and you whop at them.
Yeah.
I will, and people have even questioned me over it. I said, "Well, you've been a dickhead for the last hour and a half. Like, why am I shaking your hand for?" Like,
there's no need for it. Like, really, is there?
No,
it depends on the type of player.
There's moments like a tackle, and he goes, "Oh, why yeah," or "That's a yellow card," or whatever, and that's grand. But like then there's often been times that people have tackled me, and I've gone and they've pulled me up, and I've gone to pull them up, and then you're like, "Oh, grand, that's it over," like, or whatever. But then there's other times I've gone to help lads up and they've pushed my hand away.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if that's your attitude, like, and then they come up to shake your hand afterwards, and I'd be like, no.
What do you think of them lads that, let's say they get a free, let's say they dive, right? And then they get a free, and when the ref has his back turned, he kind of kicks the ball a little bit further up the field. And
I seen that happening yesterday.
I know a few lads that do that. Like, and
you would.
Is that dickheadish or is that just the name?
That's
of the game?
playfulness.
Yeah. Like even when I get a free and I ain't going to take it, like I'd be looking around for a nice bit of grass.
Yes, sure, yeah.
And
about like 5 or 8 steps above.
And then the ref might push it back, but also depends on where the ball is. If it's a free from an offside, you're really not gaining anything from moving the ball forward anyway, so you just pop it down. And then obviously to waste time as well, if I get a throw in and we're winning, I'm like, ref, where's that from? I know exactly where the ball where I'm meant to be, but I'd be doing it, and he said, oh no, back a few steps, and I back here. And you're wasting
forward,
you're wasting time, but you're communicating with the ref, so you just really realise it. Like
all those little games. It was like when you went into maybe Irish class and Mr. Hegarty was there at the top of the class, you didn't want to do Irish, and you're like, sir, did you see the hurling at the weekend?
No, yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, that's
love
it.
Talking about
half an hour gone.
But there's been moments in like a GA game and the ball has gone wide, and I've been somewhere around the opposition goals, and to slow down, I'll kick the other ball on the pitch when the goalkeeper's running out because 2 balls in the pitch. And
While we're talking about sports, and before we move on, I was watching the Dublin and Kerry game last weekend, and the roughness of that game was incredible. And there was at one stage 2 girls headbutted each other really badly. Yeah. And just like 2 minutes later, they just got up and legged it off. I'd say if that happened in the Premier League, like...
Oh yeah, that's a different... Well, you see, the thing with the Premier League is it's all tactical to try and help you get an advantage.
Yeah, but where's the limit, like...
Oh, they'll try everything.
Oh, they will, yeah.
You know, and because the other thing is because of the amount of money that's on the line, the clubs are like, oh well, we frown upon diving and blah blah blah. Yeah. But see if it wins them a game, they're like,
don't care,
dive away. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why the Ladies World Cup was a bit of a a refreshing take on things.
Yeah, it's very
you know.
good.
Or even if you watch the championship too. Championship's a little bit more free flowing and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I like the
Tactics
ref
stuff.
in the Women's World Cup was very good as well. There
Yeah.
was a
But
Yeah,
speaking of the World Cup, England lost.
England lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Yep.
But none of us got to the final. You had USA.
I had USA. Yeah.
I had Brazil.
Yes. John had France.
John and France was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we were, we came close. Who got the furthest actually? John's breaking the place now.
well,
who got
it
the
was
furthest?
England, Spain.
I think John got the
Spain,
furthest.
Australia. They're the top four.
Yeah, but France, I think got further than Brazil,
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah,
and
Brazil got
also
done out.
USA got kicked out pretty quickly as well.
Yeah. They were raging over that.
So probably John would be the winner of all of us there.
I got
in
the
fairness
furthest,
to him.
but none of us got to the final. And to think that, I know Australia, they end up coming forward, but Ireland were so close to beating them.
I know,
And it's
yeah.
amazing in sport too, the way in the same when football championship, hurling championship, that first game can send you on a completely different path if you win or lose.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, it's a learning curve for the Irish girls, and it's a growing squad, and it's a growing for the women anyway. It's growing exponentially at grassroots level as well. It's gonna be great in the next few years. We will challenge.
Do you know how many points you're on for this week?
I
in our
did
little league.
terrible in the fantasy football. I looked
did you?
yesterday and I got 5
Alright.
for the whole day.
I'm on 28.
Oh right, it's a bad week, wasn't it?
Oh, I just put my phone over there.
Do you want us to check for you? I can check
Yeah,
for
check
you.
for me. How I got on.
My view FC very good. 26 points. Oh, doing all right this week,
What
John.
can I say, lads?
26.
Um,
Let's
Thank
have a
you.
look. We'll do a little rundown of the Waffle Hour.
Should I substitute someone this weekend? I didn't know you had to cater.
yeah, well, no, it'll automatically because he's injured. So
Okay.
see, he's injured.
Okay, so that'll automatic. Do I need to do anything?
No, Trippier will come in for him.
So the new leader at the moment is Chicken Caesar Salah, which is a great name. Rob Matthews up the top there, a guest of the podcast.
Thanks, Rob.
Owen Godron. Tikka Mo Salah.
That's Lego on.
Yeah. Fair play. He's down to second place. Rob overtook him there. 2 Salah themed names. Damo's Toffees in third. That's my brother Damien. Milltown above.
That's me.
I like that name. That's very good. Bertie McLaughlin. Wiggone Athletic. Great name. That's me. In fifth, and then John's down the
McAllister
bottom.
screwed me over because he got sent.
Yeah, it got me
It
too.
was soft. That should have been a yellow card.
So the reason that I brought up this topic, I
I
was
thought you brought up the topic.
No, I
No.
think it was me.
No.
I was going to a gig last week. We were doing the Debs run, as you know, and a friend of mine's son is only after finishing his Leaving Cert, and a shout out to Michael O'Connor there. And he came to the gig with us. He's into his music, and we brought him to the gig. And so he was telling me that he's just done his Leaving Cert. He's getting his results next Friday, and then he now goes to college in September, hopefully anyway.
Very good.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah, don't they? But he'll be moving on and moving out to his first new home since leaving home. So my question to you, or the topic, was all about moving on and moving out. Do you remember the first time you left home?
I do.
What age were you?
17.
22.
You were 17 as well.
Yeah, I went to college.
I think I was 22.
Right. So what was the route for you after Leaving Cert? What did you do?
So Leaving Cert, I became a carpenter.
Right.
Carpenter then, and lived at home.
Hmm.
Yeah, I lived at home until I was 21.
Was it a family business?
Family business, no.
No,
Just
no.
worked for some guy from Kildalkey, actually.
All right.
Do you not listen to John on the podcast?
This is for everyone else who listens,
And
just to give them the backstory.
people need to know.
Yeah.
People are very interested. Yeah, and then moved in with a group of lads.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's the other topic
And
I
the
want to
lads.
get onto.
Yeah.
You went straight to college.
Yep. Went to live in Willow Park.
17, straight into a house with lads as well.
Yeah, lads. Kevin Dolan was there. He was the oldest guy, a guy from Roscommon. Then, was it his name? He's from Ballyhonus. Eric.
You make the best of friends in college, don't you? Can't even
Yeah,
remember
you
their
do.
names.
Kieran McGlade from Cavan as well. They were when I was in first year. They were the ones I lived with.
Hmm.
I'm forgetting the other fella's name, but he left in October. He dropped out.
Right.
I can't remember his name.
I was 17 as well when I left, and like that, I was into a group of lads. What was your experience with the group of lads' house?
You see, you guys were 17. That was very young.
Yeah, super young. Didn't
So,
have a
like-
clue what I was doing.
Yeah, I was 22 when I moved out. So Yeah, I moved in a group of lads that were about 10 years older than me, actually.
Oh, wow.
I was the young lad, like.
It was a retirement home you moved into, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so, yeah. I don't know, I just had mates that were a bit older than me back then.
That was the one across the road from the church.
Yeah.
In Trim.
In Trim, yeah. These apartments, fresh new apartments that were
Oh, they were brand new at the stage, were they?
Yeah, they were. You had a gate and all, like a gated
good.
community.
Oh,
Gated community.
fancy boy.
Yes, I needed a key code to get in my gate.
Oh my lord.
Yes.
What was the code? I wonder is it still the same? Free parking at
I
Trim.
can't remember the code, actually.
That's
I
when
didn't have a code. I think I had a code, but I always had this button thing.
Oh, the beeper.
You had the Renault Kangoo, no, or the Peugeot? No.
Back then, I had the Subaru Impreza.
Oh, you had the Impreza.
Oh, everyone had an Impreza for a little while.
Yeah.
Robbie had one too, and
Yeah,
then Mitchell had one, didn't he?
I had a Subaru Impression, it was called.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The fake one.
A fake
little
Impreza.
version.
Yeah.
If you order your Impreza from Wish.
It was a non-turbo Impreza. So
Oh, right,
we called
okay.
it Subaru Impression.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Very funny. Was it a blue one?
Blue, yeah.
Yeah.
Gold, silver alloys. Big
Silver
spoiler.
eyes.
It's rally spec, except it didn't have the oomph to it.
It just didn't have the engine.
Yeah.
It was like Fred Flintstone with the feet out the
It's
bottom.
a shell.
And your experience of the lad's house, was it unbelievably messy and full of shite?
No, we were all adults, so it was very tidy.
Right.
The older lads were literally very strict on making sure the place was tidy.
So they were what, 30s, these guys?
They were probably 29, 30 at the time when I
How
moved
did your
in.
parents feel about you moving in with a bunch of 30-year-olds?
Have we ever told the story of what they done to you? What Kieran said at your wedding? Have we told that story in the
There's
podcast?
lots of
I'm
stories.
not sure.
Oh.
I'd go for it anyway. or not, he's holding back.
I'm trying to think of which. That one was probably the lightest of stories.
Yeah,
to be
the
honest,
latest,
but,
that you could tell.
when I was living with them, long story short, when I was living with them, I was working out at the time,
Right.
trying to bulk up muscle because I was skinny, even skinnier than I am now.
I think I know where this is going
Right.
already.
So I was trying to bulk up. I was working out every single day, and I bought myself this fucking big tub of protein powder,
I know where
like
this
whey protein. Right.
Yeah.
Every morning, routinely, I made my milkshake, gulped it down, went to the gym.
Right.
Kept on doing it. I was doing it for maybe 8 weeks. I was like, this, and I wasn't gaining any weight. No, like I think I got a 6-pack.
Right.
That
okay.
was it, but nothing else. I think I gained like half a kilo.
Right.
I was like, fucking hell, these things are not working.
Mm.
And I only found out like a couple of months after that the lads had replaced my whey protein with Slimfast. And the lads actually, I think they even forgot to tell me afterwards. They were like, you were still using it?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And went on for weeks and weeks and
Weeks.
And you were like trim as hell. Didn't know why.
I was skinny as I was getting skinnier and more toned. I wasn't bulking. Like an Ethiopian walking
Oh,
around
it's
the town.
beautiful.
Kieran told that in his best man speech at John's wedding. It was brilliant. Though he does.
So funny.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about living with lads. There's always these little
Oh,
jokes.
yeah, they shaved
and
me head once. And
What? No, that's too far. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When it comes
No,
to shaving people's
I-
hair off.
I was heading away
No.
with the army at the time, so I did say to them I needed a short.
Oh, okay.
I just needed I think I wanted like a 2 all over.
Yeah, yeah.
But then they started at a 0.
Oh no.
And I was like, yes, fucking bastards. So they had to carry on.
So you're
and,
just completely bald.
Completely bald.
Oh,
Because they
my
had
God.
already gone all over the back and did the front.
He looked like
I was like,
he
there's
looked
no-
like an alien.
No way.
They had just shaved, and so there's a big chunk of my hair. He said, well, I can't not shave now.
It's done, yeah.
I almost lost my job and everything over. I went in,
No.
like I was manager in Soup Value.
Right.
And the manager was like, get the hell out of here.
No,
can't,
really?
You can't work here today, no.
Why not?
I looked like a heroin addict, or I looked like a cancer patient or something.
But
It
like
was just-
you still had eyebrows, didn't you? They left the eyebrows
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You should have done a mohawk.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting that
Yeah,
Super
no,
Value
it was-
took that stance, isn't
They
it?
didn't want to, they didn't.
Sorry, I mean shop that shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
Just took that stance.
Oh yeah, the shop.
See
Yes.
the two guards that said they can't be guards because their tattoos are visible,
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
and they're meant to be like fairly good students or whatever. Meant to be really good. And as someone just they go down a bit of a tangent or whatever.
Mhm.
Someone was on the radio today saying like they don't do any really rigorous fitness tests or anything, and there's guards probably that are carrying a bit of timber that shouldn't be.
Nice way
And
to
how
put it, yeah.
how is that different from like, would you not prefer someone who's fit and trim that might have a tattoo showing that could do
Absolutely.
certain
I'd
things,
probably
you know?
do
What
what a
difference?
guard is telling me if I did see a big tattoo on him.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
like a
yeah.
pirate tattoo.
It's
Do you know
remember
like
we
the what was like would it be like, I don't know, the SAS or the Marines, you know, all the badass guys with
Yeah.
beards and all.
Mm.
tattoos.
They're all tattoos.
As I
like.
say, military police usually there's no issue with having a tattoo. Like you see some with tattoos on the
Mm.
side of their neck and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very. It used to be a thing that you couldn't have a certain percentage of your body covered in tattoos.
Now, I didn't see pictures of where the tattoos were. They're visible, so I'm assuming it's either your neck or your hands.
What about, like, say, in Maori culture as well?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
does one of them that wanted to be a guard on Chief?
But just did Super Value, I mean, shop that should remain nameless. Did they send you home that day?
No, they had. I just literally I had to explain the scenario to them, and they were like, "Okay, grand.
Wear a
just
hat.
Don't let that happen again." Like, it was literally like, you look like a Scobie, like.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. And is there a certain etiquette when you're going to work there? Do you know, is it still the case? If you
I
have
don't know.
to-
If no, it's gone a bit more
Yeah, but
easy
more
going
relaxed.
now. Yeah, you used to have to be cleanly shaven every morning, and
Isn't that ridiculous?
yeah.
That's why John has gone rogue the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as I left that job,
It's
yeah,
like a
I grew
Navy
a beard,
SEAL.
and I've had it ever since.
I love it. Yeah, just an interesting little thing there. That you don't see that as much nowadays. I think that's probably a culture thing as well.
Well, it's
Culture's
harder to
changing.
hire now as well.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
too, yeah.
there's back then it was a privilege to be in a job like that, but now it's they'd be begging you to work there.
All yours would be cover upable. Not that you want to or anything, but
Every single one of them, yeah, earn a place that I can cover up. That wasn't really. I suppose it was purposeful enough.
yeah, I don't know because they obviously wear short sleeves at some point. So one's in the arms then gone as well. Because for just some reason I assumed that it was their neck, but I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see the picture.
Yeah, I'm not sure now. Not sure.
Mm.
I've got a good few tattoos now at this stage. I'm quite
17, is it?
quite covered. I'm well up there. I don't even know how
50?
many there is. This one is a load of tattoos in one, so I don't
Okay.
even count it.
But that was done together though, was it?
There was no, all done
All
in separate
additions.
stages. Yeah.
Oh.
But my grandmother, who's in her 90s, doesn't know that I have tattoos.
Right. How are you hiding that?
Every time I go up, I will wear.
What if she listens to the podcast?
She does not listen to the podcast.
How do you know?
Well, maybe she does. Hi, Granny. How are you? But every time I go up, I'll wear a shirt with a high collar, and I'll close it, and then I'll have long sleeves the whole way through.
And you have
What
on your
about
legs.
I have the ring tattoo there, but yeah,
That
that's
kind of looks like a ring.
it. Kind of looks like a ring, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
And you've on your legs as well, haven't you?
I have my legs tattooed too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one in the back. Oh no, is it that one? It's that one. Is it? No, it's this one. The side and the back. Sorry,
You're there turning your leg
I
around.
forgot what
I
leg it
can't
was.
see it.
and I see you have a love
so-
heart on your bum there.
I
It's
do.
nice.
Yeah, I've got a
That's
picture of
really
Kylie
nice.
Minogue on my
Oh,
left
beautiful,
thigh.
beautiful.
The hot pants era of Kylie Minogue. You have to remember that, like in fairness. But
Do you? Really?
yeah, well, I mean, it's etched into your brain, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
But do you want to see?
I kind of do now.
But it's just, yeah, no, it's just one of those things that I have too much respect for my grandmother to put her through that to go, here's all my tattoos. So every time I go up, I'll cover them up.
Well, that's respect for you.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
curse in front of your grannies though?
No, God,
Yeah,
no.
Nobody does.
No, that's against the rules of having a granny.
Mm.
Anyway, moving out and moving on up.
Moving on up.
What was your experience, Bertie, with living with a group of lads at 17? Was it slightly different to John's?
Well, I suppose I was lucky in the house that we went into because there was a lady that looked after us,
Right, okay.
Maura, and she cooked all the dinners
Right.
and left them in the kitchen. So you used to be able to come
Oh,
back.
so it was
whatever time.
digs you were in?
Well, she was like next door.
What?
So like she had like,
What is this setup?
you know, she kind of came in and put the dinners on. So it was kind of somewhere in between digs and not digs.
Was it
You
her
know what I mean?
house?
Yeah. Oh, she owned the house. Like.
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But she lived next door, like.
Right, interesting.
Yeah.
So,
So,
no parties.
no, it wasn't really like that. Like basically, it was kind of people. The lads just kind of came back there and slept there, to be honest. Or
Right.
in the evening, especially like Monday, Tuesday, you might be watching telly together or whatever.
Hmm.
But like that was 2003.
Yeah.
So like you didn't really have like the Wi-Fi or laptop or on the phone being able to watch. So you kind of had to sit in, and maybe that was a good thing because
It was.
within maybe 4 or 5 weeks, you got to know each other then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you were chatting and you were hanging out, which was great because you didn't really know the people obviously in your class at the start. So it just gave you someone to talk to because you were there from Monday morning until Friday evening, like.
Mm.
So you couldn't really just go sit in your room the whole time and be away. And then you see, it was kind of a thing that at the start until I started playing the football or whatever, we actually had, it was at 6 o'clock that we had dinner together, like.
Right. That's
And-
good, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it was always left there if you wanted to come in and put in the microwave when you came back. So I started missing some of them then because I would have been playing football with the college or whatever.
Mm.
But no, that was kind of a nice transition because you weren't completely out on your own having to look after yourself. You really only had to get like your breakfast and your lunch or whatever, like.
Yeah.
And then them lads were sound, and then lads just kind of rotate. And then it was funny then because Kevin was in 3rd year or 4th year. He kind of told you to cop on a lot,
Mm-hmm.
even though you didn't have to. But that everybody just
He was the daddy.
assumed the roles, like.
Yeah.
And by the time I was in 3rd year, the people I was living with were all 1st years. And
So you were that guy.
I was that guy.
Isn't it
Just by
amazing
default,
how
like.
in a dynamic like that, how people take roles up?
Mm.
Like if we were all stuck on a desert island or something, or if those people were on a desert island, you'd have society would kind of just, it would naturally just happen.
Whenever the place was dirty or everything, Kevin would be like, such and such, cop the fuck on, like, why aren't you cleaning that? And we just kind of done it, like.
Fuck off, Kevin.
Yeah, there was actually none of that or anything. Whether that was just the position we were in, the time we were in, or just we got lucky with the lads that was there. Because she would have like had a chat to everybody. Maybe she didn't take in anybody that she thought she might be upset the balance or whatever. It's hard to know.
Very good. I had a similar situation to you. I was 17. I went to Dundalk, and I went straight into digs as well with a group of lads, and like that dinner was made and you were watching TV together, that type of thing. But we only lasted, I think, about 3 months in the digs, and we were like, we need to get our own place. And we moved down into the middle of Dundalk into this little red brick house, and we destroyed it. Holy moly, we were too young to be living in a house together. There was 4 or 5
Just like
of us.
no one doing the jobs, no one cleaning up, whatever.
It was chaos, parties all the time, and no one was going to college. I dropped out of college. Well, I finished the year, but I didn't finish it very well. I wasn't going in the end, but I was still handing assignments and stuff. But just because there was just constant partying.
Well, between the
going on
time in college and even in my early days in Maynooth, when you knew people that was in college and you'd be going to the apartments and all, like some people just have no sense of like the jobs you have to do when you're like or the jobs that they didn't realise that maybe their parents was doing, like the washing, the cleaning, the whatever.
But it does come down to the parents and how they set them up for their kids going to college. Like if you're pampered, I know I very much was like I didn't realise how much my mum did or my dad did until I went to college. I was like, where's all my clothes?
Yeah,
they're still dirty. Well, they're in the corner.
Yeah.
What
I remember being in a house in Maynooth, someone I knew at the time, and they were living there, and I walked into the kitchen, and it was literally like, would it be like Jenga, or do you know that thing with the donkey, where the last little bit would like, buckaroo, is it?
Yeah.
That is what the
plates.
sink was like.
Yeah.
People were just edging things in, and I was like, whoever knocked the pile, and
had to clean them.
and then the bin was the same, and the bin was all piled up.
No one emptied the bin out.
And at that stage, I would have been 24, I suppose. And you kind of had moved kind of away from that side of things, and you just came back to it. You're just like, oh my god!
And it's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
I remember.
How could you live that way,
I remember
like?
walking around the town at one stage because I just didn't want to go home because it was just so gross. Just waiting until like maybe everyone went to bed or something, so I could kind of go in and just have a bit of time alone. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, you never want to be in a place where you feel like you're confined to your room either when it's a house that you're in, like. But then after that, like when you move in with like housemates and that's different kettle of fish altogether, like. I was lucky now with Leanne. Leanne used to love cleaning.
Oh, you have to get yourself one of those.
And like anytime I cleaned, it wasn't Leanne clean, so she'd have to redo it. So then she just stopped asking me to do it.
Right.
And that's not because I was being lazy. To me, it was grand.
And Bertie found himself another mammy.
Yeah. But so like I done like certain things like the bins and some of the bills was in my name and stuff like that, and look after that. Then
so you basically assumed the husband and wife role.
Yeah, me and
pretty
Leanne,
much.
yeah.
Very good.
So like Alan now is engaged to Leanne, so you have the best version of Leanne because of me.
Oh, look.
Fair play, Alan.
So you trained Leanne to be a wife.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Well done.
Jesus, conversion therapy.
Well, if she
With
doesn't
Bertie.
if she doesn't listen, I'll know. But if she's listening, I'll definitely know. If she's listening, after saying that.
You'll get a text.
And was it just the two of you in the house?
No, we had another girl called Leanne then as well for a while, and then
Right.
Nikki kind of floated in and out at times as well.
Living?
No.
Just kind of staying and stuff.
Yeah. We just find Nikki there in the morning.
That's an
very
interesting
good.
dynamic. You don't hear of that very much, where you have either two girls or a girl and a guy that aren't going out living together.
Yeah,
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, we lived together for a while. Yeah.
And did you do the all lads living together experience? Oh, like not the digs.
No, like I was up at Emer for a while, and there was a few lads and a few girls kind of living in, because that was a big house as well. But I never lived completely with all lads. No.
See, when there's a girl in the situation as well, it kind of bucks the lads on a little bit. To
I
kind
think
of
it
keep
just
a
so
little
happens
cleaner.
Yeah,
that
happened to us once actually.
Just the friends that I had, like even with John, it just never lined up that you were looking for a place at the same time.
Yeah,
or whatever.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's sad, isn't it? I think you would have made good housemates. I think the three of us would
dunno,
have made a good housemate.
It probably
housemates.
is good though that you're not housemates. Like,
Yeah, true. Yeah, you hate each other.
Yeah, you grow. It's a whole different friendship. Technically, it's like you'd see the bad sides of them instead of.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of live together now because we're in constant contact over the podcast.
Yeah, well, you don't see all the bad
Yeah, yeah.
sides though.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's true.
I don't see where you put your underwear or
Oh.
He doesn't even wear underwear. He's the perfect housemate.
where you put the pot noodle fork after you're finished with it.
It does change the dynamic though, but in a friendship sometimes where you're friends before you move in, and then you move in and things really change,
Yeah.
and it can go bad.
Because like you're obviously, sorry to my wife, but you're obviously like in a different scenario where you're bringing people home, or there's a bit of clash between,
Oh yeah.
you know, and or you're drunk coming home when that person isn't out, or vice versa.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
There's always going to be those
Nicky
kind of
has said, because
clashes.
he's looking after kind of the apartment. He's like, what would you call it? Like the junior landlord. It's not his house, but he knows the fella that owns it or whatever, and he kind of makes sure who comes in, who goes out. And he's had people then that's moved in, and he feels that he just has to go up to his room, I think.
Really?
Now he has a TV in his room now, but
Hmm.
like, and you don't want to be like that either. People taking over the sitting room, people they're asking over and stuff
That's
like that.
tough. Where's he living in
Yeah.
Navan?
No in Trimble now.
On Trim.
Now,
Right.
Nicky, feel free to correct me on that, but I think you told me that.
Yeah. And say hello to me the next time I see you, by the way.
Yeah.
Um,
Because he's probably always walking up and down the street from
he
Ladbrokes.
does. Yeah.
He's probably in Ladbrokes right now. Oh no, he's
and
not. He's in London.
So yeah, what age is Nicky? He'd be 30s, obviously as well. He's mid-30s.
35 or 36.
Oh, he's 19 at heart.
Yeah, he's 19.
Is he? Would you think he'd be sick of living in that sort of scenario, and he might want his own house, or is he happy enough in that scenario?
Well, I think him and his lady friend are going to.
Oh, his lady friend lives there as
Yeah,
well. does
better
she?
not name her name because Nicky doesn't mind. He's been mentioned on it.
I think
before.
you should name her. Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Is it Michelle Obama?
No.
All right, okay.
So they probably might find somewhere together.
Right.
Maybe not put pressure on them.
There does
Very
come a time when you do get too old for that stuff, and it's like I need to move on from this. Big time.
Yeah, well, I moved home to save, and it took us a while to save, but now you have
Mm.
your deposit or whatever, so you're ready to go.
What's the age limit for you guys? I think I was mid-20s, by 24, 25, when I was like, I'm done.
Done renting, like.
No, not even renting, just living with a group of lads.
Mm.
I can't live in that scenario anymore.
Yeah, I think I was around 25. Well, I would have probably still been living with lads until an opportunity came along to buy my own house. Cause
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
say no to the offer.
Yeah.
But because I was paying like fucking £1,000 a month rent.
You want to see what
Wow.
the
In
rent is
Navan.
dear now as well.
Jeez.
Like,
I was on big
Yes.
money back then.
But you were by yourself. You were paying €1,000,
Yeah.
or were the group of lads?
I think
everyone
I was
each?
900 each.
What?
Me and Kieran Mitchell.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're living in Flower Hill in a penthouse.
Right.
And
Okay.
it was
Oh, yeah,
900 quid
yeah.
each. But I was on great money back then.
Yeah. I mean, you shot quite high with the old penthouse there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking high.
Like, well,
we
like
had a
you-
grand piano in the living room, put it that
Man,
way.
that's
you can't shoot
class.
any higher because the penthouse is usually the highest. like.
Yay! Oh, the drum kit isn't on.
Yeah, we
Um,
literally had our own elevator as class. We were stupid though. Like we
Really?
were in the Palace on a
But you had the
Tuesday
money.
night, Wednesday night. Like literally, we used to have parties and all the Palace bar staff used to come back
Soirees.
to the party.
Yeah, soiree. Yeah, fancy soirees with
Guards,
suits.
guards came in to tell us to shut up one time at 5 o'clock, and then we invited them back. And after their shift, they came in at 6.
And partied.
Then partied with
Oh,
us.
class.
Fucking mental, man. That was my Australia. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
When people
You
are
went
like
from
going,
Trim to Navan.
people are all going to Australia to work and live.
I moved to
And I
Flower Hill.
was like, I'm not going to go to Australia, so I moved to Navan.
Yeah.
2 years.
You do need to. I think there's a certain part of, for me anyway, there was certainly a part that I needed to get that out of my system.
Yeah.
Go and just party like crazy for a
Yeah.
little while. Try and
Yeah.
hold down a job.
Yeah.
Go and just get wrecked and have fun.
If you don't do that stage in your life, I think you'll do something bad in the future in the
Yeah.
terms, because your mind will be like hungry for some kind of
Release.
release of something. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's your release, Bert? What did you do?
For
Just in did you have any sort of a release like that where you had a wild period of your life where you're just partying the whole time?
well, I'd go the other way around probably and say just spend my money on stupid adventures. Not
Oh,
stupid
okay.
adventures, stupid ventures.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you did a lot of businesses. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
your
yeah.
release.
Yeah,
you
that's
right.
trialed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of worked for lots of different things.
Hmm.
Serviced washing machines,
All right.
done painting,
That's it.
building,
You're
driving.
a porn actor, is what you mean. I serviced washing
I was a
machines.
plumber, electrician,
Librarian once. They tell people to be shh.
a doctor straight after the plumber. Sometimes a plumber and a doctor.
So
in one
many
day.
ventures in one, yet I ended up with my penis out every time.
Just the way it was going, lads.
You work for Foss. It was a different type of Foss course.
Bertie sins.
All right, will we move on?
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
Well, are we? There was one thing I
We
did
definitely didn't talk about what we meant to talk
No,
about.
not at all.
before we move on, because we were going to say like about living at home with your parents. I
Mhm.
did research a little bit,
Okay.
and I seen something from a psychologist saying how to live at home with your parents,
Mhm.
but also being independent. Because obviously, if you guys are living at home with your parents, I'd imagine it's hard to be independent. Like your mum would probably walk into the toilet to go while you're in the shower and stuff. Has that ever happened? No.
No, there's locks and doors.
We don't have a toilet where the shower is.
Okay, well that's my story gone. Sorry. Move on. No, but you have to do set boundaries.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
It's different. Yeah.
So when you're in your house, you have to set boundaries where your mum doesn't.
I
come
think
into
it
your
all
room.
depends, because obviously I was the youngest,
Mhm.
so you're not moving home to where there's younger people than you. if you get
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
like.
yeah.
So that's a bit easier, and then it also depends on what house you have. Like we obviously in the country, so you've lots of space. You've
Mhm.
different sitting rooms, different TVs, and all that. Like, and then there's a lot of things like I bought the TVs that are there now, and like I pay for the Sky or whatever. So like there's a lot of things that they get.
Yeah, there's a certain dynamic that just works, and I
Yeah.
think I have that as well with my parents. You
Yeah,
have that with yours.
And I like watching the football with Dad, like the Liverpool game or whatever games
Yeah,
to
me
be on
too.
and things like that. And you know,
And do you use like cook your own dinner, or do you have family dinner?
yeah, if the dinner is there, if more so some left over, or if I'm there when dinner's being cooked, ask you want dinner. But then most of the time you'd have to go cook your own dinner, like
Yeah.
you know.
Because like that's what they're saying. They're kind of like saying
And certain things I like then, man.
treat living at home with your parents as if you're renting off your parents. Really, like
Yeah.
so you come home, make your own dinner, and or create chores with your mum and dad or with your brothers and sisters.
I've started making this thing, right? And if I was ever to own a trailer that served food, I don't know how this business would work, but you know me in businesses.
Yes.
No, here we go. This is the start
So
of one.
I've been trying to like spitball a name like Egg Mess. Okay, so it's not an omelette and it's not scrambled egg, because I created one night because I was making an omelette
Right.
and I went to flip the omelette and the omelette broke up. So I'd get some pork bits.
Mm-hmm.
I put them in the little bits, fry them up. Then
Like sliced up bacon or pancetta or something.
no, you can get like little bacon bits.
Oh yeah, lardons.
Yeah, lard, yeah.
Very nice.
And put them in, fry them up. Then put little small, get the spud, chop it up real fine.
Oh yeah.
Throw that in. Then some mushrooms.
Mm.
Then your 4 eggs. And then it kind of looks like an omelette, but then you flip it and you chop it up, so then it's chunks of eggs with all these bits in the middle, and then you fuck a load of cheese in it and you mix it all up, and then you put it out in the plate, and then you do a nice design on the sauce to make it look fancy, so you know, like zigzag across.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's like an eaten mess but an egg mess.
That exact. Look, John's
I
on
get
it.
it, Bertie. You
John
should do
is
it, man.
on it.
You should
it's
do
good.
it.
So
It's scrambled eggs, though, isn't it? Really?
no, it's not scrambled eggs,
Mm.
because scrambled
Kinda
eggs
sounds
you,
like
you
an
have to
omelette to
keep,
me, but-
you have to keep going, and then an omelette is obviously in one bit and folded over. So
So it's a
Yep.
messy omelette.
yeah,
It's an omelette. It sounds like an omelette that I do on a Sunday morning, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
So we
oh,
just
I-
give up
it-
halfway
It
through. It's like,
never
ah,
works out. I've
fuck.
never done an omelette that
so
would
then
go.
you have like a bit of mushrooms, a bit of cheese, and a bit of egg, and a bit of bacon in every bite, like, you know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
like
basil. Add some basil into that. It'd be stunning.
Oh yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Mm,
Love
lovely.
basil in an omelette.
So people were saying, oh, the difference between Coke and Coca-Cola and Coke Zero. Oh, you know the difference, and blah blah blah. And I was like, I've got Pepsi. Like, I've been in the restaurant or the pub, and I go, oh, I'll get a Coke off you. Oh, we only have Pepsi. Yeah, whatever. And I take a taste of it. It's just the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
So use both drink Pepsi and Coke at different stages in your life. Would
Yeah.
you say you'd be able to tell the difference?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, so you'd know the difference.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
It, game over.
That's it. Okay, fair enough. Well, will we put the blindfold on and see, can you tell the difference? anyway?
That is a good actually. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Who's
it.
going
Okay.
first? John, you go first. So in front of us we have.
What was the last time you did these blindfolds, Bert?
Well, it's not really a blindfold. It's a thing you get on the
Mr.
airplane
Gray.
to help you sleep.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Face pillow.
So, John, we will. Well, I'm sure you won't. It's not going to affect the taste if we use the same mug for all of them.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Okay, so when do I put the blindfold down?
Put the blindfold on now, right?
Okay, now.
Now, can you see me?
Ow! No, I couldn't see that.
That was
Okay.
funny.
Okay.
Slapstick.
We're only going to
ass.
give you a little mouthful, right?
Right.
And we'll see what happens, right?
So we used to see. This is either Coke, Pepsi, Coke Zero, or Pepsi
Pepsi
Max.
Because I don't know what this is.
No, you don't know what this is.
Okay, and when do I go?
Yeah, whenever you want, if you find your mouth. I assume he knows where his mouth
You'd be a
is.
terrible blind man.
Yeah. Oh, he's smelling it.
Yeah, you have to give it a sniff.
Oh, he's taking a little bit of, oh yeah, sip, yeah, swirling around. You don't have to spit it out now. It's not wine tasting. But you do have to drink it all because we need an empty mug.
Yeah, isn't it? It's amazing the difference a visual
Oh yeah,
does to your taste.
he's shooting it in between the teeth there now and all, yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a good lick.
Okay.
Okay, so now Okay, you finished it. Fair play. Now, what did that taste like? What one do you think that is?
To me, that tastes like Pepsi.
Ooh.
Bit of an aftertaste.
Interesting. Well, we'll tell you at the end.
Well, he'll know once he takes off the thing now and he looks.
It sounds like I'm wrong.
Okay. Now, here's your next one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. There you go. A good sniff. Oh, 2 hands around the mug. This is a different technique for this one now.
Like the priest.
Yeah, he's having a nice little swirl one. Oh, yeah. What do you think that one tastes like? What are we going for?
Pepsi. I'm wrong. That's Pepsi right there.
That's Pepsi right there, is it? Yeah, finish it, so you have to finish it. Now. Okay.
Yeah. That's tricky, isn't it?
Now, here's your next one.
Why? There's 3 of them. What's the 3 of them?
There's 4 of them.
There's 4 in total.
4?
Yeah.
Why? I thought it was just 2 types.
No, there's 4.
There's 4. You seen what we bought?
Why isn't there a video of this? John is lapping his lips together in
Yeah.
a comedic fashion.
No, that's fair play.
Your lucky wife.
Coca-Cola. Coke Zero.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, last one, John, number 4.
Jesus, I'll be burping like all evening now.
And I'm only trying to give you a mouthful.
He's nervous.
Knees weak. Pepsi.
Okay. Now you can take off your blindfold.
Original
That's
Pepsi.
the 4 of them gone. Do you want to know your results?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you drank, you said Pepsi.
Yeah, what was it?
It was Pepsi.
Yay!
Yay, well done.
The second thing,
original Pepsi.
the second thing you said was
Pepsi.
Pepsi, but
Again.
it was Coke Zero.
Yeah, it was Coke Zero.
Oh, that's fine.
And then for Coke Zero, there was this one.
All right, okay.
Isn't that the right one?
No. He said it was Coke Zero and he got it right. It's
Okay,
the
okay.
third one.
And then the last one was Pepsi Max, and you just said Pepsi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can tell the difference.
So what's that?
Yeah.
How many did I get right?
You got 2 out of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 out of 4.
Okay, not
That
too
wasn't
shabby.
bad.
50-50.
That's pretty good.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the Waffle Game.
Okay, rock,
Paper,
paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, first go.
Ah,
I was trying to play a game
I
there.
don't mean to win all the time.
Didn't work. I'm
Okay,
terrible
so
at rock, paper, scissors. Oh my God.
Who won there? Sorry, I wasn't watching.
John.
Okay.
Of course he did.
So
I never
Rock
won.
to the
Master.
nearest kilometre.
Yes.
Longwood to Trim.
Do you know these off the top of your head?
No, I googled it.
To the nearest kilometre, Longwood to Trim, 12 kilometres.
No, oh shit. Well, we now know that's 12. No.
That's fairly close, I'd say, in terms of kilometres, yeah. I'm going to say 15.
15 kilometres.
It's a little bit longer.
14 in my mind, but went
Okay.
12.
To the nearest. Oh, whoops. To the nearest kilometre. Old Castle to Dunboyne.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Back to John.
Me?
Yeah.
I would put it at 64.
64. Scotty.
Oldcastle to Dunboyne. So what have you got? Oldcastle to Kells to Navan, Navan to Dunboyne. Yeah, you're talking about maybe 73.
73. Okay.
Interesting.
Next on the list. Kells to Enfield. John.
Kells to Enfield. I would put it at 68.
Scotty.
Kells, Enfield. I'm going to say 90k.
90k.
I'm going to go up.
What's
Okay.
that?
Next. Nobber to Ballinabrackey. John.
Jesus.
When you were Ballinabrackey is, I would say 128.
28.
Where's Ballinabrackey?
Far side of Kingaid.
Oh.
Still in Mead though.
All right, okay. 129.
Oh. What's going on here? I feel infiltrated.
Now the last one then, because I have a tiebreaker. Drumcondra to Rathholt.
From Condor to Rathholt,
John.
probably 52.
Drumcondra is the one. Is that where Hunky Dory's is? Is that Drumcondra?
No.
Oh, that's Curraha I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Drumcondra is North Meath.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
can I take it back?
No.
Okay.
No.
To where? Sorry?
To
Drumcondra to...
Rathholt.
Ratote. Oh Jesus. 56.
Oh, 56.
Mm.
Okay. So now
One
we'll
last
run down through the answers.
Mm.
Along with the trim is 15 kilometres.
Oh,
On the button.
well done,
So
Scotty.
Scotty gets it on the
Ooh.
button.
I was thinking of running that. I was trying to think about the
Yes.
distance of running it.
Very good.
Old Castle to Dunboyne is 73.
Oh!
Did you guys talk beforehand or what?
He
Okay.
knows his distances.
Kells to Anfield is 45. So
I got that one wrong.
John takes it.
Yes.
So that's
I need to
Scotty.
take the next one.
Scotty, John, Nobber to Balnabraki is 69 kilometres.
Oh yes. Oh no.
No, I
John
win,
Johnson.
I win.
Oh no.
All comes down to the last
This
one.
is a tiebreaker.
Drumcondra to Rathote is 47.
No.
So John wins.
John takes it
You
away.
said 52.
I should
so
win
it's
for
perfect.
getting the exact numbers on those first two.
Yeah, fair play. Do you want to go for the last one just for lols?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
go.
Yeah.
Navan to Duleek.
Ooh.
I'll go with 22.
22.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be that. Yeah, 30, 37. I'm
Oh,
gonna say.
double you meant.
21.
All right.
Oh, close.
All right. Well,
Yep,
there you go.
there you
Well
go.
done, John.
That was good fun.
Good
I
distancing.
like that one.
Good stuff.
I have one big one.
I can tell
this-
my funeral story
Do it, man.
from last week.
Oh yeah, the sun's vast size, so 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun. The sun's immense size can accommodate approximately 1.3 million squashed Earths, or around 960,000 Earths if they retain their spherical shape. 960,000 Earths can fit into the sun. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
How would you squash the earth?
I don't know, someone really big to sit in it, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm going to have nightmares tonight about that.
960,000 Earths,
I was
Wow.
watching Gogglebox last night,
right?
and
Give them a mention again.
It was the English one,
Hmm.
and I never seen this on Britain's Got Talent because I don't watch Britain's Got Talent because it's too fluffy.
Mm.
There's too many bits in the between the line.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was this guy who farted through a straw to blow
No wonder we don't watch
to
it.
blow out like candles on a cake, and then he shot a
Gross.
dart to puncture or burst a balloon.
Oh, Jesus.
It was funny.
Did he eat the cake afterwards?
No.
Gross.
Not that I know of.
That is disgusting.
Could he kill someone with a dart?
No, it just punctured the balloon. Or burst the
Good.
balloon.
This is one less thing to worry about.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Right, John Boy.
Speaking of space and stuff like that, did you know the diameter of the moon is 3,400 kilometers, but Australia from east to west is 4,000 kilometers. So Australia's width is
Wow.
bigger than the moon's width.
No way.
Yeah,
There you go.
interesting.
That's a very interesting one. So the
Mm.
moon isn't really that big at all.
No, it isn't.
Australia's huge.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that too. But like the size of the Earth compared to the moon, then
basically,
obviously.
yeah.
But-
Mad, isn't it?
And then if you think about it, you can fit 960,000 Earths into the sun.
Yeah,
so you think of
that's-
the difference in the size of the sun to the moon.
yeah. It's
Whoa.
insane. I have a shell bomb, but I'm going to save it till next week because
Was that not shell bomb?
I thought that was the
No,
shell. That's a
another
good
shell
one.
bomb. I just speaking of the sizes wise, I just thought of another one. Incredible! You're going to be mind blown in next week's one.
Oh, good. I
Is
like
it about the size of something?
Something's getting blown no matter what happens.
And I'll show you the size of it as well, lads.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah, leave it there. Shell bomb.